Value. We're going to end on value tonight. How do you determine what something is worth? There are many theories that have been espoused throughout history. Some said, well, it's an addition of the materials and the work put into it and the hours of this and this and that. And yes, those things will give you an idea of the cost of an item, but not necessarily its value. For instance, if someone puts hours and hours and hours of research and development and bought the most expensive, high-tech, space-age materials into creating the best, most lightweight bowling ball you could ever dream of, is anyone going to buy that bowling ball? The featherweight, space-age bowling ball? Well, no, because that's ridiculous. You need weight, you need girth to throw that thing down the lane and knock those pins down. So even if they spent millions and millions of dollars and hundreds of hours developing this featherweight bowling ball, no one's going to buy it. So obviously value can't be determined by how much you put into it. Your costs can be determined by that, but not the value. A thing is worth ultimately whatever someone is willing to pay for it. And I offer for your consideration a diamond versus water. Now, Kara, let me ask you. One day, when you're old enough and your father approves of the young man, when he gets down on one knee, and that's going to take a whole lot, and he pulls something out of his pocket, and he says, Kara, would you marry me? Do you want him to be offering you a diamond or a bottle of water?
A diamond.
A diamond for sure. And that's what Dad wants too.
That'd be a big rock.
That's right. Now, let's just say that you are on your way to an exotic safari in Africa. And this is your honeymoon. You've gotten married. You've got your gigantic rock on your finger that you've showed all your friends, and they're all envious of this huge diamond that he's given you. Oh, Robert, he's so wonderful. Look at this diamond he gave me. I don't know what his name will be. So you're in the plane, and you're flying across Africa for this exotic safari that you're going to go on. It's your dream come true. You love your ring. You love your husband. And you're flying, and all of a sudden you hear, there's trouble, there's trouble. The oxygen masks fall down. Someone comes over the loudspeaker and says, please get into the emergency positions. And everyone ducks down like that. Next thing you know, half the wing's gone. Next thing you know, people are flying out the windows and getting sucked through holes in the fuselage. And you're going down, you're going down. And where do you land? You land in the desert. Now maybe in Africa they don't have these camels there, but you land in the desert. And no one knows where you are. They can't find the black box. They can't find the GPS. Robert's over there and he's no good anymore. And he broke his leg and he's knocked out. And there you are in the middle of the desert on your honeymoon. You can't stand it. How did this happen? But at least you've got your wedding ring. You've got that big old diamond. So you go for days. No one comes to pick you up. You're so sad. Your skin is starting to become leathery. Your lips are just parched. You're starting to breathe in the sand and the dust and the dirt. You've been crawling up the sand dunes. You're so tired, you're so thirsty, you're so hungry. You just can't think you can go on. And all of a sudden, you see someone traveling. And they're a local indigenous person. And what do they have? A bottle of water. And you see it. And you say, please, give me the water. And he looks at you, kind of looks you over, and he goes, and you say, what? And he's pointing to your wedding ring. He's pointing to that diamond. And you say, no, not my diamond, not what Robert gave me, no. And he says, no water. And you say, but not my diamond. But you think, and you're so thirsty, you haven't had a drink for days, you're parched, your skin is just red and cracking by this point. All you want is a drink of water, and you say, fine, take it. And he hands you the water, and you drink it, and it's the best water you've ever tasted in your life. Now at that moment, what did you value more? The diamond or that bottle of water? That's right, the bottle of water. So essentially, how is value determined? Value is determined by whatever you will pay for something. Not determined necessarily by its price 2 years ago or what you cared about it 2 years ago. It's not determined by how much work you put into creating it. It's determined by how much someone is willing to pay for it. Now, let me leave you on this devotional note. But if you ever look in the mirror and you start to question what you're worth, you wonder, how could I be worth anything? I don't have a great job, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. Well, just think about that diamond, just think about water. How much is someone going to pay for something? How much are they going to value something? Well, you're worth whatever someone is willing to pay for you. Now, what did someone pay for you?
Their life.
That's right. God the Father sent God the Son down in human form. He gave His only begotten Son so He could have a relationship with you. Now, I can't think of any other entity in the world, any other thing, any other person, any other place that is worth more than God. He created the heavens and the earth, the suns, the stars, and the moons. Everything you see on this earth, He created. Most powerful being that ever was, the infinite, the eternal, the all-knowing, the all-loving. He gave His life for you. So if you ever wonder what you're worth the price of the life of God. The Son of God, Jesus Christ, gave His life for you. And that is what you are worth. And that's what you're valued at.